Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Zamboni Talk. I hope everybody is doing well. And what I wanted to get into in this video is the price of success, and that's what this video is going to be called. And the price of success and what it causes in daily life in terms of your relationships and just everything else. Right now in my life, I'm 27 years old, and I am pushing very hard in all aspects of self-improvement, financial success, investment, business endeavors. I am pushing very hard to do all these things because I see a path in my life where if I don't, later on in my life is a life that is not so desirable because I haven't set up the pathways to make my life a lucrative and fun sort of easier life at that point, because I see so many people in their later years that are struggling so much, and that is something that I really do not want to be a part of. So kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video, and I know I'm just a guy driving around a Zamboni, and for a lot of people, like, you would walk into a rink, you wouldn't think that there would be this much going on for somebody that's just driving a Zamboni. However, this is something that is really impacting my life, and I just want to make a video here too so I can relate to others, because the price of success is one that's very tough, because any mentor I've ever had, anybody I've ever had in my life that has pushed really hard to be successful in similar ways that I am right now, putting in tons of hours, taking bigger risks than most people would be comfortable with, it comes at a price. And that price is the relationships that suffer in your life. And I see this personally because sometimes you have to make a decision between spending time with somebody or going out and doing that extra shift, doing that overtime shift, going out and researching, going to a conference, going to a some sort of business meeting, anything along those lines is something that is very, very tough. And there's things that can be done to try to mitigate it and to try to keep life going as smoothly as you can. However, it is very difficult, and at this point in my life, I'm not even going to lie, I'm finding it very difficult as well. But really, what we are hoping for when we do this and when we push so hard in our younger years is we are hoping for, we're pretty much trading time now for time in the future. And that's to a certain extent because I love what I do so much. At my main job, this job I have on the side, driving a Zamboni, I find so peaceful as well. So it's not like I'm doing things that are absolutely miserable on a daily basis, because I don't believe in that. I believe you should live every minute of your life doing something that you enjoy. Sometimes there's things, I shouldn't say that you enjoy. There's things you do in life where you're not going to enjoy, and there's sometimes you got to put your nose to the grindstone and do things that you don't want to do. That's a lot of times that's how you succeed in a lot of endeavors in life. However, what you put your time into, it has to be something that you're passionate about, because if it's not, then you will exude that energy into the rest of your life, and you will start to put off negative vibrations everywhere, and people will see that you're not enamored with life. You're not glowing everywhere you go, because I can work. So there's a lot of days where you know, I'll work 120 hours in a week, and I feel so energized and I feel so full of life because I know that I'm doing things that I love, and I know that people would kill for the life that I have. And I am so passionate about everything that I do, and it's the tough part about it is if it was just you in this life, it wouldn't be so bad because I could just keep working and working and working, and I think I've figured out a lot of the health side as well, that my body can keep going and I can endure a lot more than other people can. And I'll get into that in a later video about what my health routine is, because I feel like I've dialed that in really well. However, it's the other people in life that you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And eventually there's people that start to support you that also need a bit of time. And this is what I'm learning in life for sure. And you need to make time for these people in your life as well. And this is something that I've definitely neglected over the last little while. And this is something that I'm figuring out at my age as well, is that you can push, like I said, you can push and push and push. And me personally, I can take the work because it's something that I love. However, there is times where I have to take a step back and appreciate and support those who support me. So this is just me spitballing this idea, and this is an idea I had, and something that's been really crossing my mind very intensely lately, and that's what I want to portray with these videos, is that I want to be relatable, and like I said, it's a nice peaceful Zamboni Queen that you're watching, and I want to be able to relate to those and give some motivation that if you are in this situation where you're pushing, you're improving your fitness, you're improving you're reading, you're listening to podcasts, you're listening to audiobooks all the time. You're constantly trying to better yourself. You can't spend a minute of the day not trying to improve. You have all these business endeavors and investment endeavors that you're getting into, and you're doing these, and everybody that's ever been really successful in this world, I really do not think it's been easy for anybody. I mean, there's some people that get stuff inherited to them, but those, and that don't really work, but those people don't make a lasting, they're not a last, somebody that everybody looks up to, that stands the test of time, that are always remembered, because you have to be able to walk that fine line of, I gotta get stuff done. However, I have to appreciate and give a share of my time to those who support me. So this is something that I'm really trying to improve, and if anybody else is going through the exact same thing, then I would love for you to comment about how during a period in your life you went through the same sort of situation. And I'm just so blessed that on the internet here that I reach out, and there's stuff that I'm going through in my life, and I find mentors, I find other like-minded people that I can connect with, and we can get this done, because majority of people are not like this. That's what I have to remember all the time, is majority of the people wake up, have their daily routines where they're not the happiest. They don't have that fire in their belly. They do not push and push and push. They just do what they need to get by in life. And for me, I would rather work every single minute of the day than live in that existence, because building and creating and improving, and that is really what life is all about. And then you take what you earn and what you create, and you bring it over to your loved ones and those that are close to you. And I really believe that this is what life is all about. And I just hope that that I can get to a point where I can do this as well as show the appreciation and the time for those that love me and support me just as much. So I know that was a bit of a mouthful, and this is a lot and quite deep for just some guy driving a Zamboni to talk about all this. However, these are things that really need to be brought up because there's so many motivation videos and everything along those lines that tell you to push and push and push, and there's not really much that gives you guidance. It's, hey, what do you do after years of pushing? What do you do after years of grinding? And yeah, you've got some success, maybe not as much success as you want, because to be really get where you want takes sometimes a decade or longer. But there wasn't much guidance on what you do after that. So I just wanted to let everybody know out there that you are not alone in this endeavor. And if you are one of the few that is pushing and pushing and pushing, that make sure that you make time for those that love and support you, and it will improve your life. And we will all get through this together. Thanks for watching.